All right, and now we will be going to Portal 2 with Can't Even.
Gaming.
I gotta restart. Yeah. There we go. All right, so we're just ready to start whenever, right? All right. I'm gonna start this and then give you guys a countdown for the timer to start.
Good morning. You have been in suspension for 15 days. In compliance with state and federal regulations, all testing candidates in the Aperture Science Extended Relaxation
Start.
must be revived periodically for a mandatory...
Yay! All right, are you guys ready to watch 5 minutes of cutscenes?
So much.
Yeah, this game starts with 5 minutes of cutscenes. When you run the game like just at home with nobody watching, you can actually skip the cutscenes, but I'm obviously not going to do that here because it gives us time to explain all the confusing stuff about this game.
And then even when we get to it, we got to explain it more.
Yeah, I'm just going to give a brief explanation. Normally when you move, a lot of games do this probably. Most of the games that do this will be run probably Friday, but you can just bunny hop. And you all obviously know what that is. It's a lot faster than moving, like 2 times faster than moving or something. So, bunny hopping, there are some other things. When you can't bunny hop for any reason, there's a different way to move, which is if you're against a wall, you can move kind of towards that wall, and you'll move pretty fast against the wall. There's a part later in the game where we can't jump, so it's really useful. It just looks like this. And there's other kind of minor movement things. Is there anything else about the movement I should say, guys?
Wall strafing, but we'll get to that.
Well, that was wall strafing.
Yeah, that was.
And also do that in the air. Like, we're watching a good speed run now.
Yeah, right here. I have a little modified content here. You can modify textures in this game as long as it doesn't give you any theoretical advantage. Most people just do their gun, but since this cutscene's really boring, I put the Portal 1 TAS on the TV, so we have something to watch.
You cannot TAS PCGames.com.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Yuxba.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he made this TAS.
Yuxba is a legend. He made incredible work.
Yeah, but in about a minute here, that TV is gonna die, so it's unfortunate.
Rip. Pour one out for the TV.
So there's Wheatley. He'll be with us throughout the game, and then he won't be with us. Spoiler alert.
And then he'll be with us again, but, you know.
So one of the best parts about speedrunning this game is being able to listen to the dialogue. Like, the writing in this game is absolutely fantastic, as everyone I'm sure knows.
Yeah, this game is probably most known for its humor. And it is generally a really funny game. But that is going to lead me into something important that I should say that I'm going to be doing throughout the run. Because the game's so funny and there's so many good lines, you can't, when you're in the elevator to end a level, the level won't end unless the dialogue is finished. And it's sort of similar to Super Mario Bros. 1 with the frame rules, except it's a bit different because you can like control when the frame rules start. So as soon as the dialogue ends, you're basically on a timer to finish the level. Going in the elevator earlier, as long as you're within that timer, won't help you. You actually have to go into the elevator at a specific time in order to ensure that the elevator hits a level transition right at the same time that the dialogue is finished. Because if you don't do that, then usually what will happen is the dialogue will finish, and then there's like a second or so of waiting before the elevator hits a trigger to end the level. And so that'll lose like a second in that level. But there's like 40 or 50 elevators, and it can be more. You can lose like 2.5 seconds at maximum at that. So you can lose like a good minute and a bit if you just go in the elevators at random times. Mm-hmm. That's something that confuses a lot of people because you can stand in front of an elevator for like 20 seconds. It's confusing.
Yeah, basically you want to go in when they're at certain parts of the dialogue so that it perfectly lines up with when you're going to hit a change level trigger.
Yeah, something about bunny hopping that I forgot to talk about and I really should talk about is I use the scroll wheel on the mouse to jump. If you see, I can't do that. I do have space bound to jump, but using the scroll wheel to jump ensures that I can do like 10 jump inputs right around the time I land. And it really helps with getting jumps frame perfect or almost frame perfect. If you tried to bunny hop with spacebar, it would be slower because you would lose speed a lot of the time when you hit the ground. Is there anything else really that should be mentioned right now?
I'm just going to say, we're going to maybe use the terminology tick rate in this game. Normally games are frame-based, like Ocarina of Time, 20 FPS. This game is 60 ticks per second. The frame rate's independent of a lot of the physics in the game, so we use the tick rate, which is basically frame rate, but server side and not client side.
So after that 5 minutes of cutscene, we're just going to go into another 40 seconds of cutscene here. You can see Can't-Even here going for the toilet swoosh, which is one of the most essential parts of any Portal 2 run. If you get it, you immediately get world record. That's just guaranteed.
He's not even going for the swag one.
I've never gotten that.
And emergency testing will begin in 3.
All right, anyway.
We should restart.
Yeah. But now the actual run is starting.
So these maps might be familiar if you played Portal 1.
Yeah, the first chapter of the game is basically entirely Portal 1.
These maps I might be good at.
Yeah, the routes are all totally different. Portal 1 is a much
Better game.
worse coded game.
So broken.
Relax. Lie on your back and apply immediate pressure to
Yeah, but these first 2 maps, there's no real way to break the puzzles in any way, although they're not really puzzles. You can throw over the cube over the wall, but it's incredibly hard, and you can soft lock. It's only done in individual level runs.
Yeah, these parts of the games are really slow because you don't have the portal gun, but they're really good design-wise because they're teaching you how portals and all the things work before giving them to you.
Yeah, but imagine not having the core mechanic of a game called Portal.
Yeah, you gotta learn.
Yeah, you see there, I waited to go into the elevator for like a very long time. I actually went in at the wrong time. But I waited at the elevator a really long time because if I went in at a random time, it would be just as fast or slower.
These load times are like making me so happy.
Yeah, just this morning, I actually installed an updated version of the speedrun plugin. It's not cheating. Where the load times are actually a lot better. Because the load times in this game are almost infamously bad.
Yeah, they take like 7 years.
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to work on the assumption that you're still alive, and I'm just going to wait for you up ahead.
And right here, the reason I waited so long there was to get a dialogue skip. The announcer and Wheatley both have lines, and if I can interrupt the announcer's line with Wheatley's line, I can get him straight to the ending line. That saves in the ballpark of 10 seconds.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
like
know.
10, 15.
There's a lot of dialogue stuff in this game. Running the game without sound is impossible.
Yeah, the dialogue's all really funny, but you also never want to listen to it.
In the face of almost certain death, smooth jazz will be deployed in 3.
Yeah, this is the first real puzzle in the game, and therefore it's the first time we really break a puzzle.
Yeah, we're just going to break it.
Congratulations.
See, that's something that's also in Portal 1, is that if you get the cube stuck in that room somehow, the game will recognize that the map is now unbeatable, and it will just open the door for you.
Yeah, so you get the cube stuck through the room by pushing it straight through the door.
Except in Portal 1, it can also just happen randomly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because again, Portal 1 is broken.
If the enrichment center
This game's all right.
yeah, you can beat Portal 1 in under 7 minutes.
other objects from space.
This game is about an hour.
This guy did that.
Wherever a lack of shelter from space debris. Well done.
Okay, yeah.
So you saw the way that this map was done. I'm just going to wait 2 seconds.
All Aperture Science personality constructs will remain functional.
You saw the way that this map was done. It's pretty fast, right? We're going to go into this next map, and it's the same stuff. You'll see him doing the same exact trick twice in a row.
Yeah, the exact 2 tricks in the same order,
No longer apply in the future.
just right next to each other. The only time we do that in the run, they're just right next to each other.
Discovered this facility amid the ruins.
And then in this room, normally there's a cube on the other side of the room, but if you step on the button and then step off on the next frame or next tick, it'll stay on. Only a few buttons in the game do that.
If you are simple-minded,
I also got it without the setup, which is pretty cool.
future should not start with you. Please return to your primitive tribe and send back someone better.
Okay, this next map is normally when we meet Wheatley again, and we would go over into his room. He would talk at us for like a minute, and then we'd pick him up. We'd put him in a secret panel. But a few weeks, about a month ago, we found a new trick where you can shoot. This is a really precise shot, but you can shoot straight through this door.
This is what's called pancake skip because the shot is as thin as a pancake. But if you've played this game before, you will recognize we just skipped that entire section. It's like 45 seconds, a minute, minute 10.
Longer than that even.
Yep.
I think that skip saved like 45 to a minute over the old Wheatley skip. So we already could skip Wheatley, but we just found a better way of doing it.
Yeah.
But he still comes with us.
Yeah, it saved like 40 seconds over a trick that already saved like 30 seconds.
If she's awake.
And this map is, it's a lot of just bunny hopping. Since I have Wheatley, I can't actually drop him.
He does keep saying words.
Yeah, he's very funny.
Yeah.
Charming.
Also, because we're going so fast, he's like talking about GLaDOS, like, please don't enter the room, but I'm already at the end of it.
Still being held. That's a great job.
And then once I put Wheatley in this elevator, it marks the start of about a 3-minute cutscene. I'm going to meet somebody up there, meet a good friend of mine, but for now, it's a great time for donations.
Awesome. We have a $20 donation from the Portal 2 community. Hi, Can't Even. Good luck with the run. Although, if you want us to donate 120 more to charity, you should refer to the column blocker skip with the name beginning with the letter D. We are counting on you.
Do you know what that is?
Guys,
Anybody know about that?
Yeah.
Anybody,
Yeah.
we have a $10,000 donation from the Yeti to Yeah. Hey all, Yeti here. We're excited to be back at SGDQ 2019. There's already been a tremendous amount of support with the purchase of teas. With your orders, we're donating our profits to support Doctors Without Borders in their amazing mission. We're looking forward to all the amazing runs and good luck to all of the runners.
Okay, so right here, because I'm not supposed to be up here, I can actually pick up this hoop object, and there's a pretty long story behind this hoop object. At the end of Portal 1, when you beat GLaDOS, that's why she's dead, because we killed her in the last game. When you beat GLaDOS, at the end of the game, there's a cutscene, and the hoop falls down from the sky, makes a big clank right in front of you. The good people over at Valve Software thought that that hoop would be the hottest and the best meme of 2007.
And it is. I don't know of any other meme that came out of Portal 1. Do you?
Yeah,
Do you know anybody?
There's nothing.
What are memes?
What did you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Does anybody know anything else that came out of Portal 1 that we should know about? No?
Yeah, so we just grabbed that, mostly because it's something fun to play with during this cutscene. But also, if you don't pick it up, your run will die.
His name's Hoopy, by the way.
You have to reset if you don't get Hoopy. It's the rules.
Hoopy the Hoop is his canonical name.
Yeah.
Or their canonical name.
There, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't discriminate.
We probably have time for 1 or 2 more donations. There's a cutscene at the beginning of this next map.
Awesome. We have a $500 anonymous donation. Thank you so much for that. We have $30 for Unexplored Blue. Hey there, first time donating to this wonderful event. Glad to see Portal 2 being run considering how lovely this game is. Hope the week goes well. And from Pack Sciences, $50. Hi, Can't Even. Good luck on the run. Pack.
Hi, Pack.
Hi, Pack.
Hey, Pack.
Not speedrun.com, Pack.
Okay. So yeah, we just finished that long cutscene, and we're going to go over here to pick up the dual portal gun, which will make the game a bit more interesting.
The dual portal device should be around here somewhere.
You'll notice there's a bit of a trigger skip right there. We can just grab the portal gun. You'll notice he's just gonna kind of go through all the walls like Spider-Man, because it's more fun that way, and we also skip the 7 years of dialogue that happens during Incinerator. And now we're at the elevator.
Yeah, I think something went a bit wrong there. I'm not sure.
So for a lot of this game, a lot of the movement, now that we have the dual portal device, is going to end up being just shooting a portal on a wall, going through that portal, shooting another portal, immediately going back through the portal, because moving instantly between 2 points is faster than moving on a line between those 2 points.
Sorry about the mess. I've really
Basic
let the
science.
place go since you killed me. By the way, thanks for that.
Oh.
Sarcasm self-test.
I had a little mouse glitch there. I'm not really sure. No, I'm not going to blame the controller, but
Mouse glitch.
I am going to blame the controller.
I forgot how good you are at this.
No,
Hey!
Yeah, you can just do that fling, and it skips having to use the laser for the map called Laser Intro.
but now we're not going to know how to use the lasers.
I've played the game before. I think I can do it.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
This next test involves discouragement.
And this next map, we're also not going to use the lasers.
We're just not going to know how.
Yeah, we're
Episode.
just completely not when we need it most. We're not going to know.
There should be one in the corner.
The cube fell down. That's unfortunate. But yeah, the way to do that map is Valve just made not a perfect game. So
That's what it says.
you can do a portal stand and then shoot on the surface that you're supposed to have the laser shoot at. Oh, this next map is called Dual Lasers, and it's the first time we actually do use a laser. Does somebody on the couch want to explain the glitch that I'm going to be using?
Dibs.
Okay.
This is, you're really quick here. What he's going to do here is what's called the laser switch glitch, and it's exactly what the name entails. We have two laser receptors. Hold up, I'm just going to wait 2 seconds. You good?
Yeah.
Okay. We got two laser receptors, both activating the door, and one of them is going to be activated by the laser, and if we switch the laser onto the other laser receptacle, then both of them will be activated for just 6 or 7 ticks. And if you're pressing against the door, it's going to open for you because it doesn't want to crush you in the door. If you've played this game with a friend before in co-op, you'll remember that crushing people is a core mechanic of co-op and is employed a lot of the time. What you just saw there was Wetmaker. He did a reportal off the wall and got some extra speed off of that and then just jumped over all of the goo.
Yeah, it's one of the harder tricks in the game because you can't just get a reportal. You also have to have a good jump out of the portal, and even then it's kind of close.
By the way,
Can you explain what reportals are?
yeah, a reportal is when you're inside of a portal, if you shoot another portal like while still in the middle of the portal, the game to get you unstuck will give you a boost of speed in the direction that you're going through. So you can get like a speed boost and get farther.
You'll notice at the beginning of this map, he put the camera on top of this button. It's because the buttons in this game check for just objects on top of buttons to trigger dialogue and whatnot, but sometimes not doors. But
There's never doors.
well, yeah, but about 7 years of dialogue in this map, and it just gets skipped by putting the camera on that button. So, I mean, it just loves to go fast.
Yeah, if we didn't skip that dialogue, we would have to wait at the elevator for about 20 minutes before it would let us go through and actually end the map.
This map has garbage on it.
This is the trash map.
Yeah, Gladys is going to talk about it.
I'm still cleaning out.
But something interesting about the trash, it actually triggers the button. So we don't have to wait until the trash is gone to get the cube. We can just use it to finish the map.
Avoid the garbage hurtling towards you.
And you'll notice right there, the button was actually only orange, only activated for like a second. But because I was pushing up against the door, I went through. And that's how laser switch glitch works, because both the lasers are only active for like a few ticks.
Which would have made this apology seem
Something interesting about this elevator is that it moves a lot faster than normal. So it's actually faster, because the dialogue is so long, it's faster to go in, go all the way to the bottom, because it finishes just before the dialogue ends. Oh, can somebody explain this map while I focus?
I'm sorry.
You want to take that?
Anyway.
So for this map, what you basically do is that you do a bunch of reportals to gain a bunch of height. And when you do that, you're able to get all the way to the top of the map without having to actually do the puzzle, and then you can just fling to the end as if the puzzle wasn't there.
Yeah, I missed the third reportal, but... Oh, this is another just fun glitch. Because angle portals were coded well, they give you a ton of speed.
I think this map is one of my favorite in the entire run. There's some coming up later that are magnificent to watch, but reportals are hard, and they're really cool looking.
That's a pretty good summary of just the game in general. Reportals are hard.
Well, they're not that hard. One of them is really hard. One of them is actually frame perfect, but...
Tick perfect or frame perfect?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember, I told you about them in the last test area.
I mean, I'm running on a 60 hertz monitor, so... Technically, ticks are frames. Because I'm running on a 2080. It's not going to dip much below 60.
Well, I think you're running at 300 FPS, really.
And 995. I have it capped.
Nice.
Oh yeah, something interesting to note. If you plan to run this game and you have a really powerful computer, you will have to cap your FPS because if it goes above 1,000, the game breaks in weird ways. Base Driven, do you want to explain? Well, I'll explain it. When you get on that catapult, normally you jump on the catapult 3 times to listen to GLaDOS and Wheatley say 3 different things. But if you crouch at a very precise time in the air and then later uncrouch, you can trigger all three dialogues that GLaDOS is supposed to say in the same swing, in the same cycle, I guess. And then because all 3 are triggered, it only plays the last one, and you go up about 40 seconds before you normally would. I missed a little reportal there, but it's really not a big deal.
Yeah, it's like 2 seconds.
Yeah, there's a lot of times in this game where like losing 2 seconds isn't really a huge deal because it's an hour-long game.
We're having a good time.
Yeah, this is not a bad run, not a good one.
This is not terrible so far.
You know, I've had better in the practice room, but I've also had worse in the practice room.
You haven't soft locked yet?
No, I
Yet.
have not.
Yet.
I didn't even know this game soft locked a lot, and then I saw 2 today.
Yeah, it usually doesn't soft lock a lot, but I am at a marathon.
We might get to say the meme words.
I actually, in the practice room, I found a soft lock that I had never encountered.
Don't say
Never,
it.
ever.
Do not say it.
I'm not going to say it. Oh yeah, that map could have gone really badly. It's not a hard map, but if you mess that map up, it's infamously hard to recover from. Even if you have quick saves, something about the psychology, it just is really hard to recover from.
Did you already talk about the category name change recently?
Oh yeah, about 6 months ago, this category was called single segment because you couldn't make and load saves.
But you could still die, which is really weird.
Well, yeah, because if you don't allow dying in your run, you know, you can die by accident. Usually you don't die on purpose. You can in co-op, but usually you don't die on purpose. So it was a compromise between Speed Demos Archive and Xnernicus. Actually allowing you to die. As far as, I'm not actually 100% sure on that, but that's my understanding of it.
This was like before you were born, so.
Yeah, it's the game came out in 2011. But it's really old. It was in like 2012, 2013. But yeah, we figured that the game was in 2019, so we should make the rules 2019. And now you can save and load.
And for people who don't play PC games, it's quite common for games to have quick saves and quick loading. So like instead of going through menus to have to save and load, you can just like have a hotkey on your keyboard for saving and loading that you can use whenever you want.
I'm going to note this on your file.
Okay, that chamber went kind of slow. There was actually a chance. There was a chance that Wheatley could have interrupted GLaDOS's dialogue, which would have resulted in an awkward elevator, which is when the ending dialogue doesn't play, so you have to ride the elevator all the way down with nobody talking. It's like 20 seconds.
You are legally required to be as quiet as possible during awkward elevator. We'll let you know.
Hey, I almost got one during Incinerator. Some really weird things happened that I usually don't encounter.
This is the one part of the game that gets music.
Yeah, the fun thing is we're not even going to bother with the turrets because we go too fast for them to lock onto us because we're gamers.
Yeah, if you go too slow, you will die. But we're gamers.
We're gamers.
I enjoy how the word gamers can now incite cheering.
Right, this next map is one of the harder maps in the game. That's a total lie. It is literally the easiest map in the game. It's one of the easiest maps in the game. Because you can shoot the portals before you even enter the map. Something to note there, I'm going to try to make it a tradition to note this at every marathon. If you drop the cube there, it's actually a lot faster than placing the cube first, because dropping it first and then placing it allows you to activate the dialogue just half a second earlier. And that's the only thing I remember from when I watched the tutorial videos 4 years ago.
That jumpsuit you're wearing looks stupid. That's not me.
And now you have the world
it's right
record.
Here in your file. On other people it looks fine. But right here a scientist has noted that I'm
damage boost.
Yeah, that's like the one damage boost in the run apparently.
Yeah.
You can, like when you get like shot from the turrets from behind, it gives you velocity in the direction that they're shooting you in.
I managed to find 2 with your last
Get a big old boost.
a man and a woman.
And because the bridge was in the portal, normally you can't walk through the portal, but for some reason the turret can push you through. So it'll give you just the right amount of speed to bunny hop to basically the end.
Surprise waiting for you after this next test.
This is one of the very few maps in the game that you, well, you can, but you can't really do it different than the intended way to do it. There's a way to go out of bounds, but that saves minimal time, and this is an inbounds run. And there's also a way to just jump past the turrets, but 9 times out of 10 you will die if you do that. Okay.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, normally when a turret is alive, it shoots you, but that one didn't for some reason. That was nice. That's the one time there's singing in the game. Except the credits.
Are the credits even like Twitch safe?
If we sing the
no.
credits, yes.
I know Still Alive isn't.
I'm pretty sure Want You Gone is not Twitch safe.
Okay.
I bet you
So
think
sad.
I forgot about your
I mean, there's like a
surprise.
5 minutes at least of credits before then. So.
To your surprise right now.
We can watch them.
After
But we can
all
break it out
these
into
years,
song right now.
Yeah, we could.
thinking about it.
Just gotta pull out your keyboard, start jamming.
Oh, and look, it's the surprise.
Oh yeah, this map is this is the map actually that we got a donation from the Portal 2 community earlier about. At the end of this map, there is there's a really hard, precise trick and random. It's all three. It's really, I don't like the trick very much because usually you have to retry with quick saves about 4 times to get it.
So I very seriously
But
doubt
it's just
you
me
even
clipping
want
through the
to
elevator, and it has many names. But for $100, I will call it Dane Skip. And the reason it's called Dane Skip was because however many months ago, somebody found the trick, and then everybody forgot about it because there was no way to do it consistently at all. And actually, I'm gonna have to focus on this because it's really hard. There's 1,
We're gonna count them.
2,
2.
3.
That kind of looked like it was gonna work.
Maybe.
Oh, no, not at all.
4. 5.
First try.
First
First
try.
try.
At the time. Yeah, it skips a really long cutscene where Wheatley is talking with Jerry the Nanobot.
Yep, even missing it 5 times is
still
faster
saves
than
time.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we missed the Jerry thing with that?
Yeah,
Oh man, that skip sucks.
yeah, it's, in my opinion, one of the best cutscenes, but, you know, time is time. Okay. That was a bit, not what I was supposed to do.
Unorthodox.
Yeah,
I was hoping you get the turret boost there.
no.
You can like ramp off, since the turrets are like rounded, you could like ramp off of them to get horizontal speed to make you go faster. It's really hard though.
Yeah, and it barely saves time, but it does look really cool.
Regulations require
This is the next map where we will use laser switch glitch. I believe it's the second and only time. But the difference is there's 3, and if you shimmy the cube between the 3 in the right way, then it'll activate them all at the same time.
See what you don't need anymore, and trim out the fat.
This next map is going to mark the beginning of the escape sequence where you start running from GLaDOS. So after I get out of this map, it'll be obvious. There's going to be a lot less portaling and a lot more bunny hopping and moving. There still will be portaling, but...
What's going on? Who turned off the lights?
And then because I shot those portals, I can get into this room early and then leave right when this door opens. That jump's really easy.
Can we get
by the way.
cowboy emojis in the chat?
Wait, I loaded the wrong save.
Cowboy emojis in the chat.
I know I'm early, but we have to go.
Hey.
I don't even know if that's supposed to be like cowboy accent. I don't know what that is.
All right, that's what's happening now. We're escaping. So you're doing great. Just keep running.
This is another stair boost. It's just fun.
Yeah, I didn't get the stair boost there. If you get it, you can go flying in that direction.
Again, though, for the moment,
But you can just use those stairs to jump over the railing and skip having to go all the way around. Oh, that load time was very fast. I was not ready.
He's not used to these load times yet. Like,
Yeah, this is like the second run I've done with this plugin that makes the load time shorter.
Yeah, without the plugin, you could like finish a map, go run to the bathroom, maybe make dinner.
And it would be like halfway loaded.
You could go bike a mile, do whatever you want.
That's a little bit of an exaggeration, but they were pretty long.
Slightly.
Only a little bit.
Only a little.
All right, so here is where I can do probably the most controversial thing of the part of the run. Up next is a map where it's going to be very, very dark because of a cutscene skip. And some people's monitors are so dark that they can't actually see the map. I'm going to use a console command, I know, I'm sorry, to turn the brightness on the game up a little.
It's not cheating, okay?
Something to note is I can actually see perfectly fine without the console command, and most people can, but if you have like a really bad monitor or something.
Or if you're in Twitch chat.
Yeah, something important because of how video encoding works, dark things, like really dark things like this room, turn out even darker and unwatchable in any stream.
Yeah.
So if I didn't have that command on the Twitch chat, you guys would not be able to see a thing, basically.
You're welcome.
Yeah, when my friend Goodnight did runs of this, I tried watching him, and then his screen was just black, and I thought he didn't have his game feed on. Because that would be a Goodnight thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, who hasn't done that?
Yeah, I've streamed 3 hours without a game feed before.
Wow.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, this is normally about the time where it gets bright enough that you can turn the command off, but I'm going to wait till the end of the map so I have a free hand. And there we go. And this next map is one of the most interesting maps in the game. Up until about a month ago, we found a lot of tricks a few months ago. This map was very heavy on RNG. You could lose like 20 seconds about just due to pure RNG, and there was nothing you could do about it. But we found a trick so that if you got bad RNG, you could do another route and it would actually be just as fast. But the other route, the RNG route, was really cool, like really cool route. Hang on, let's listen. It sounds like I got good RNG. I did. Not ideal, but I'm gonna get 2 defective turrets in a row here, and I'm gonna use them to fly.
Response.
Again, it's not cheating, okay?
This one literally isn't cheating at all.
Yeah, this one is not cheating. This one's just a hot meme.
So I line this turret up like this. You don't have to line the turrets up, but it makes it consistent enough to do in full runs. And then fly. Oh, I missed.
Ah.
Missed again.
Knowing how awful these models are, like this is kind of tricky.
Whee!
So that skips the entire sequence where you would put in the defective turret in place of the regular turret, so that when you confront GLaDOS, you don't get shot by many turrets.
Yeah, something to note, because you leave the map with the normal turret still in place. The pipeline is still producing normal turrets, but when you get to GLaDOS, they're all defective turrets, so...
Someone else must have done it.
Yeah.
Not me.
Maybe the Space Corps?
Possibly.
Maybe GLaDOS did it herself.
Nah, she's too smart. This next map is, the whole map is a cycle, because at the end, I'm going to have to shoot lasers, or portals with lasers moving through them, to cut some pipes. Cut the pipes that are leading the neurotoxin out. And the platforms start moving from the moment the map starts. So I believe I'm going fast enough to get the good cycle.
We think.
Probably. Especially if I hit this button good. This button's really weird. If you hit it just right, you go faster. And I don't know exactly what makes you hit it right. You can also shoot through that door, because it doesn't have collision.
Because Valve.
Source is a finicky engine.
This is the only chair you can pick up in this game, or one of the few chairs you can pick up in this game.
And
I also lied when I said it doesn't have collision, but you can shoot through it.
you can't sit on the chair either.
You cannot sit on the chair.
Yeah, if I try it, it just tips over. I can do that. It's the closest thing I can get.
That's often what I'm doing when I'm at my home anyway.
Yeah. And this next map is just a minute-long cutscene, so great time for donations.
Donations time.
This is my favorite map.
All right, we've got a $120 donation from the Portal 2 community. #DaneSkip. With this towards Runner's Choice. We have a $5 donation from Solrodic. Hey there, I'm actually a first-time watcher and first-time donator. I started watching speedruns of a lot of games, and I'm really excited to see what tricks and glitches I can see in other games. Good luck to all of the runners, and have fun.
All sealed off years ago, of course.
You hear that? Have fun.
Oh, I cannot wait to see the look on her face.
We have a $25 donation from Kyle Goodwin. First time I've been able to donate. Great time watching, and this is a great cause. Good luck.
I'm going the wrong way. Get to her. I'll find
Yeah, this map's about to end, and because the load times are so much shorter, it's going to go straight into a next map. No elevator here, just straight into gameplay, which doesn't sound like a problem, but I get caught off guard by that all the time, and then I lose a second because my hands aren't on the keyboard. Yeah, once we open that door, it starts another like 2-minute cutscene.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this is like
About that.
bring the donations.
this last part.
Keep donating, because we got a lot of cutscenes to run through.
And we've got more donations. We've got a $25 donation from Jonathan Otto. First-time donor, long-time watcher. Love Portal and this entire event. Keep up the great work, everyone, and hope to donate more later on in this run.
Catching up. Let's get to business.
And also, we have a really awesome prize giveaway for GLaDOS and Portal Prints with a $10 minimum donation. So go ahead and get those in and be entered for a chance to win those.
Seriously, though. Goodbye.
And we have a $25 donation from Alan210. Every summer, I look forward to SGDQ. Can't wait for the week.
You learned that timing.
I suppose we could just sit in this room and
Only you, Mackenzie.
until somebody drops
Hey, how long do you think we can keep Wheatley on her head?
Yeah, that's a good point. This tube that GLaDOS is bringing down is supposed to kill us, but we fixed that. So Wheatley is going to come down. You can actually see him up there.
I'll look at the timer. I'll keep time.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, if you do it just right, you can keep Wheatley. I did it
that
very poorly.
F minus, restart.
Yeah.
Reset.
But yeah, you can keep Wheatley on your head for like 20 seconds.
In fact, I feel pretty good.
Alternate core.
And this whole map is basically a cutscene, except you have to,
Please deposit
like-
substitute core in receptacle.
Torch.
Substitute core accepted.
I mean, it's nothing.
Core. Are you ready to start?
And then I can take another lap if I want.
Shout out to M Sushi on this map, by the way.
Procedure.
Oh yeah. Didn't he miss elevator skip like 15 times or something?
M Sushi is the best elevator skipper.
Procedure. Cannot continue.
Also the best door skipper.
I wonder if he's already typing at me on Discord.
Obviously.
He's probably very angry.
I mean, the time we pointed out that he had second place in every single Portal category and Portal 2, he was typing pretty fast.
You watched that run?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I watched the clip like 10 times. It was the best thing.
Nice. Shout out to Nichole.
Believe me, it will.
Yeah, but he doesn't have those times. He is second place still in some Portal categories, but
In Out of Bounds and Glitchless.
he's been busy running more popular games, which, you know,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I understand.
We don't talk about those.
I do. I'm running that game. I'm just not good at it.
Popular games like Half-Life?
He is running that. He will be here later this week, Friday morning. He's doing a race with Alex Howe, one of our commentators.
Who?
M Sushi 100.
Oh, nice.
Or no, is it with you, Alex Howe?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's racing Connor, actually.
I've never ran the game before.
You've ran half. You've ran half.
So that's
of it.
elevator skip.
Yeah, that's a really important skip.
It saves like 2.5 minutes.
Literally, if you and it's really easy to do.
And it's really easy.
But it was really funny because back in the day, like a year ago, if you missed this, you couldn't just load a save to get back on. So you had to get in the elevator and take the 2.5 minute time loss. Luckily, it was very consistent and is, unless you're purple.
What is M Sushi color, Mackenzie? Do you know it off the top of your head?
Hex code B200FF.
Nice. And what's your color?
My color is hex code EE362E.
There you go.
Go and use them on your websites.
All right, this is the best map in the game.
We'll just let it speak for itself.
Because I'm a potato.
You can lose time, by the way.
Oh yeah, it is actually possible to lose time with this map. At the very end, you can lose like 5 seconds through no fault of your own. It's just complete luck, RNG.
How often does it happen?
It's never happened to me, so
Okay.
probably not that often.
Well, here's the time.
All right.
We won't even notice.
Actually, if it's 5 seconds, I'll notice.
Okay.
I can't see a timer. I can see the timer, but since this is a PC game, we use time without loads. We remove the load times for all official rankings.
You know these cutscenes too well.
What can I say?
You could unstrap one of those long fall boots of yours and shove me into it. Just remember to land on one foot.
Something interesting to note about what GLaDOS, or Potato, says, we will now refer to her as, just said there. She asked us to put her in one of the long fall boots, but we don't do that, as we both just crash through the floor. And somehow, since GLaDOS has been falling at terminal velocity for a minute, at the bottom, she's not a mashed potato.
Also, terminal velocity for a potato and a human are the same.
Really?
Yeah.
Fun fact, you learned something today.
Portal 2.
Well, in the game, yeah.
In physics.
Yeah, there's GLaDOS just standing perfectly straight,
there.
and there's the bird.
Just
that
fine.
terrorizes her.
All right, now this is the underground section of the game. We're doing a lot of long portal shots here.
Yeah, there's like 2 portal shots that are very. One of them is actually called long shot.
A very convenient mechanic is that you can do these zooming in portal shots, because if you couldn't, then this would be kind of miserable.
We're just gonna do the longer one here.
Did I get it? I did, I think.
Hey,
Big gamer.
epic.
Yeah, and then once you hit those 2 buttons, this big door is going to take ages to open. So you can just wait for it up here. Because we can actually skip those doors down there by landing on these things. They have collision for players. So you can skip the tiny doors. Once it opens enough, I will jump down. And now I'm here.
Seems like, 5-10 seconds, but it's a fun 5-10 seconds.
And then there's the other door. Yeah.
So now we get to say hello to our favorite. Soon-ish.
Yeah, if you do this map correctly, he doesn't say a word.
Oh,
the map
dang.
is called Cave Johnson.
Ooh.
Guess who speaks? Nobody. Not a single word is spoken in this map. That shot right there skips having to ride the elevator up, which takes a while.
That must have been a scary shot back when this was single segment.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess not really, because you could die, but
Quick saves.
yay.
Yeah. And also that was a reportal combined with, that is a hard map. Thank you.
That's a hard map.
That was a reportal combined with a scripted momentum. And what scripted momentum is the game thinks you should have momentum, so it gives it to you.
You deserve it.
Yeah. It just happens on, here's Cave Johnson.
Here he is.
One of the best characters in the game.
You're not part of the control group, by the way.
And this map is also this section of the game is honestly pretty hard.
There's another button glitch.
Yeah, that button glitch doesn't have a setup.
Yep, and we're just gonna disregard the emancipation drills because we can just shoot right through them.
Yeah.
I also think this is one of the most fun parts of the game to watch, especially as someone who hasn't ran much Portal 2. This section of the game is super dope.
Travel into your bloodstream and pump experimental genes and RNA molecules and so forth
You got
into your
this.
tumor.
If you do.
Now, maybe
Yeah, that's fine.
Just like clever things like that, like being able to get extra height for that bounce to make it over to skip part of the puzzle is just like so good.
Yeah, and then after that is done, because we skipped that whole cube over there, having to get it. And then this is the end. This is actually a weird level because you can lose like 15, 20 seconds and feel like you didn't do that bad. This is the only level in the game where that happens. And you can also feel like you didn't do that good and you can get a gold split. It's just, nobody has a good feel for it.
I don't think you've ever gotten a gold and been like, wow, I deserved that. That was really good.
No, that's never.
Nope.
Well, maybe.
Every time you get a gold, that was like, that felt okay.
All right, in this map, I'm going to do a cool route that I don't know if anybody else does. Even though it is faster, I timed it. It's a bit harder, but...
It's a gamer strat.
Yeah, it is a gamer strat. Normally, well, there's something interesting. That shot I did into the room to hit the button, normally if you do a shot like that, you would get a reportal, and then it would be hard to stay in the portal. Because they added reportals to actually stop what I did. But when the game first came out, you could do reportals by shooting a floor, and that turned out to be way too easy, like so easy that casual players could do it, so they patched that out. That's the only glitch they've ever patched out.
If you're part of control group Kepler 7, we implanted a tiny microchip.
All right, and this map is kind of hard, so does somebody else want to explain it?
Yeah. He's going to do this ridiculously hard fling that no one else does, and then he's going to do what's called a stuck launch here. You notice he put some gel under that pipe there. Valve thought it was fun to have gel, like, actually in the... Yes, thank you, clap. Good job. Valve thought that it would be fun to have gel actually in the pipes, so you can put it out there. But a stuck launch is essentially you get stuck and then you launch. It's a very, very nice way of getting downward momentum really, really, really quickly. And, you know, of course you can go really fun places because as soon as you find a mechanic, it is, you know, completely used as an exploit.
Yeah, here's the map where normally... Actually, not normally. We don't skip it, where we activate the orange gel. And so in the next two maps, we'll be seeing a lot of it, but we won't be using any of it. And then over in this room to my right is where GLaDOS is, or Potatoes. But luckily, there's a pretty cool fling we can do that skips it.
We could just not.
A combination of how high he already was with him strafing in the air the way he did allowed him to gain height going through the portal, allowing him to make that.
Good news is the Potatoes comes with us anyway, regardless of whether we like it or not.
Oh, we do.
Do we like it? All right. We do like it. That's another reportal.
And you'll see there, GLaDOS got a little bit too excited and passed out, I guess. Because the Potato only gives 1.1 volts, and Aperture Science personality constructs only run 1.1 volts minimum.
Did you Google that?
No, as
it's in the
stated in
Chapter 1.
Chapter 1.
Oh, okay.
Keep momentum.
I haven't played this game in a while.
Evidently.
If you're interested in an additional $60,
So this is the second map with the propulsion gel. The propulsion gel makes you go fast, but interestingly, we don't use it ever.
Ironic.
Yeah. We do use the blue gel, though, which makes you jump. And if you jump a ton of times, you can go really fast.
Like the propulsion gel. If you jump a ton of times on the blue gel, it essentially translates that into the speed and velocity of 70 billion blue gel jumps all at one time, which is why we just launched over that entire gap.
And it's actually really easy to get too much speed and hit the top of the elevator.
Oops.
Which is a time loss, but it's also kind of easy to go the wrong direction, like go off to the right a little and die, which is unfortunate, obviously. But this is more of a transition map. It's near the end of the underground section. We're getting close to back to Wheatley.
A lot of time save here over like a normal run. That jump, like that one little jump there, just saves like 1.5 minutes.
Yeah, you skip an entire room where you turn on the conversion gel. Also, shout out to Znernicus, I believe, for finding that.
He's probably found a lot of things.
Yeah, probably. He was like one of the first runners of this game, and he was the person who
routed it.
I watched his videos, and I thought, hey, I want to do this.
Props to Znernicus for the 80 billionth time for making this tutorial.
Yeah, he made a tutorial like 5 years ago, and nobody else has made a new one. It was actually 6 years ago, so... Should I do that? Yeah, but...
Is he gonna?
So this white gel lets you shoot portals on surfaces where you normally can't. So we just set it up in a way that we could do a fling to get up there nice and quickly.
Yeah, I was actually supposed to do something else. I was supposed to get a reportal, but something weird happened. I wasn't paying too much attention. I might have shot the wrong portal, but I missed that reportal, so. Oh yeah, this is a pretty good quote. I forgot about that.
And now it's gone.
Yeah.
He had his moment.
Yeah, unfortunately that is the last we'll hear of Cave Johnson.
Now this map is sick.
Yeah, this map has 2 stuck launches.
This map is super sick.
Which, I mean, if you missed my brief instruction about stuck launches earlier, you get stuck and then you launch.
You get stuck and you're constantly building velocity while there. You're constantly building velocity when you're stuck in the corner there.
Yeah, that skips the room where you have all 3 gels and you have to do a puzzle. The map's called 3 gels.
We're only going to use 1.
Yeah. And we actually put some blue gel down there so that we can use another stuck launch to bounce off of it later. Also, you do actually have to look at that. You can't, there's a look trigger. If you don't look at it, you lose like 10 seconds.
We're going to be using the little numbers in the corner for like the 4th time this run. It's pretty precise. Also, wrap credits to Tanger Tubi, I guess?
Yep, he made this setup.
The little numbers refers to there's a command in source games called CL show pause, and it basically will show your position and angle and velocity. That's what all those little numbers are. So it allows you to line up things very precisely.
Theoretically, you could, of course, do everything without the numbers, but it would be less consistent.
It would be hard.
Would be harder, but... All right, and that marks the end of the underground section. You'll see the loading screen. We're heading into Wheatley's territory. And a bit of a no-clip territory.
Not actual no-clip.
Not actual no-clip.
We're not at Half-Life 2 yet.
No, yeah. Oh yeah, that's later. That's gonna be really funny to explain. But yeah, after this map, this is more of a slow map, but after this map, we're gonna see funnels, and then those funnels, there's a glitch with them, was found in the game. The glitch was found the day the game came out and was not patched, and you can use them to fly anywhere. Can somebody explain cube throw?
You throw a cube.
Well...
So basically there's Wheatley isn't very smart and can't make good puzzles, so his puzzle was to make turret cube hybrids walk on a button. It's very sad, I think, looking at it, but you just throw a cube onto a button and then go through a door.
Normally he blocks that door with a big old panel that you can't walk through, and then a 50-second unskippable cutscene that you have to sit through, but we're gamers, so we don't.
We are gamers.
Let's see if I can hit this.
Since making tests is so difficult.
If you bunny hop fast enough, sometimes you can break Wheatley's monitors.
And we're just gonna do this test again.
Yeah.
This is the rest of the run.
It doesn't work though, unfortunately.
Nothing. All right, can't blame me for trying. Okay.
You're right. Here's another little tiny dialogue skip.
There's got to be some tests around here somewhere.
Ooh.
Oh, here we go.
I missed it. It saves like a second. But yeah, coming into the next map, we are going to be flying.
Oh, yeah, about that.
Not coming into, but I'll start flying in the next map. And then actually, something cool about the flying glitch is it transitions between maps. So if you leave one map and you have the flying glitch, you'll keep it in the next map.
Good. I just invented some more tests.
And here we are.
Yep, so now we can just fly.
On the wall. That's brand new.
Not cheating.
And also something sort of unfortunate about the flying glitch is that you can't jump while flying, because if you jump, normally when you jump, you go up and then you go down. But if you're flying, you go up and then you do not go down. So a lot of times, especially in like rooms like these, if you jumped at the beginning of the room, you would just hit the top of the room and then soft lock.
I made this test myself.
So you do have to be really careful about when you jump.
So if you've ever seen a zero gravity run of Portal, this is what it's actually like.
And all these, most of the maps in this chamber are really broken because of the flying. They didn't foresee that when they were designing their levels. And in a lot of the levels, the door at the end is actually just open. You don't have to like push a button or anything to open it. So you can just fly to the end. Not on this one, unfortunately, but.
Yeah, so since we can't bunny hop anymore because of the zero gravity thing, you just kind of have to do a lot of wall strafing and stuff to get around, or else you're gonna just run real slow.
Yeah, also something to note, if you are holding W and then you mash A and D repeatedly, it is a bit faster than just walking forward. And that's what I do a lot of the times when I have fly and there's not a wall nearby.
Be honest, you can't even tell, can you?
Oh my god, that was a nice throw.
That was very nice.
Normally I don't get that throw first try. See, the next map I believe is the map where you just fly straight to the end. Yeah.
Yeah. The nice thing about it is that the door is just open. It's just already there. So we can just
Not enough. If I'm
And-
such a moron, why can't you solve a simple test?
And touching the
Yeah, touching the funnel removes the fly. There's a few ways to get rid of it, but once you've gone through a load, touching a funnel is the only way to get rid of it. So now I don't have fly, so I can bunny hop.
He's playing classical music.
Base driven, can you explain Great Shot?
not very well, but I can take a go at it.
it's great.
Yeah, you can shoot a portal under this grate over here. You can throw a cube onto that button, and then the level's over. You're done. Skips jumping around in a bunch of aerial faith plates, and Skips grabbing the cube in a funnel and then tossing it back out of the funnel. Is essentially it's not default route, which makes it good enough.
Yeah, well, the key thing about that route is you shoot a portal in a place where you are very clearly not supposed to. And that's used a lot more in co-op.
Yeah,
But the reason you can shoot it there is because the way the game checks if a surface is portalable, it only checks in like an X around where you shot the portal. So, and that grate, there's actually portable surfaces on the very edge, but they're normally way too tiny to shoot anything on. But if you shoot it right at the right angle, it'll work.
And this test is pretty straightforward. It's just, you know, don't die.
Yeah, I really like it. It's kind of easy.
Also, the general story at this point is that Wheatley ain't smart and he doesn't know how to maintain a giant science facility, so everything's falling apart.
Yeah, literally going to explode.
And
We don't die.
And likely, if this were to continue, this would cause catastrophic, probably world-changing disaster.
Think Chernobyl.
Yeah, well, to be fair, this is in the year like 30,000 or something. So,
30 million or something. It's
so everyone's probably already dead.
Yeah.
Anyway, just give me a wave, would you, before you solve this one, all right? I don't want to spoil the ending for when I watch it later.
And then right there I got fly and used that pipe to give myself some downward speed after the jump to end up in here.
Yep. And we've just now kept fly, which is pretty nice for the next chamber.
Yeah, having fly in the next chamber saves a lot of time.
Yeah, this one. If this is the one I remember, then yeah, this one probably saves like more than a minute.
Not more than a minute, I don't think.
Oh, really?
It's like
It might be close to a minute. No, it can't be, because then we would have been. There was like some.
This isn't the map I'm thinking of.
No,
I'm thinking of the one where you were just flying for like a minute.
those are at the end of the game.
That's at the end. But yeah, you can just fly faster than this funnel. That happens a lot. Towards the end of the game, it's used here. You can fly 10 to 20 times faster than
Not
the
that
funnel
much
would take you.
faster. It's only like maybe 4 or 5 times faster, but it still saves like at least 15 seconds in that area.
Very fast.
Well, I mean, if you're good.
I mean, if you're tasked, maybe you can get to 25 seconds.
Is anyone gonna task this game?
Yeah, eventually.
Are people working on it?
Yes, actually, people are working on a task of the co-op version of the game, and that is actually almost done, I believe.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Tasking source games is not the easiest, so it's always surprising when people get those projects going.
Yeah. And the I've watched like one level of the co-op task, and it is ridiculous. Because in co-op is programmed less well than single player. And in some ways that's an understatement. The netcode is fine, I'm sure, but there's a lot more you can do in co-op, especially with each other partners, and the physics for like holding cubes is entirely different from the physics from holding cubes in single player. And also the map design is worse. Like the maps I'm sure are fun to play, but the map design and the ways you can break them is so much worse than in single player.
And most importantly, you have hats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hats.
The hats are the important part.
And then right here I'm gonna achieve funnel fly, and then I will not lose this funnel fly until right before the boss fight. So this funnel fly is gonna take me basically to the end of the game. And the next 3 maps are going to be incredibly broken with funnel fly.
Like way broken.
I'll bet you're both dying to know what your big surprise is.
It's because he's gonna kill us.
Only 2 more chambers.
Spoiler.
Wait,
Can't
what?
tell anyone that.
I was explaining the joke.
He's going to kill us? Well, not if I go through the...
Can't kill me.
Yeah, normally you're supposed to step on the faith plate, and then that wall will open up. And because it's supposed to open up, it just doesn't have collision.
This is just more wall strafing.
And just to quickly say, the definition of inbounds in the Source games, so outside of the main map area, there's basically infinite black void, and that's what's considered out of bounds. So even if there's a lot of sections of the game that seem like they're not inbounds, they still are.
Yeah, and that happens a bit. Okay, that was a mistake. I wonder if that's the right... No. Okay. That was quicker than I thought. Okay, I gotta really prepare. There we go.
Hey.
Yeah, that's, just little mistakes.
And you'll notice a lot of this back section is just using level geometry, like that bridge there, to manipulate our vertical speed and horizontal speed and whatnot, because the only other way to go up and down when you have crouch fly on is by jumping. And like we said earlier, that's sometimes not the best solution, because, you go up and then you don't come down.
Yeah, it's actually the easiest way to soft lock in this part of the game. And then because of that, this part of the game is probably the part of the game where most people soft lock if they are going to soft lock. But yeah, we're just using level geometry to push ourselves down mostly. And then because we're gamers, we can go right past that pipe and right past these turrets. They start to shoot at us, but they do not kill us.
Oh, did it kill you?
It did not kill us.
It did not, no.
And then using portals to move there because... Oh, okay, that's fine.
Crashing's too good for him. First, he'll spend a year in the incinerator. Year 2, cryogenic refrigeration.
Yeah, this is kind of the... This is in like the middle of the map right before the Wheatley boss fight.
Okay, I'll take that.
So upcoming here is the funnel, which we are going to fly next to because it's about 3 times faster or so. Anybody have anything to say?
This is the map I was thinking of earlier, where you just fly.
Yeah. And then I have to lose the crouch fly by touching the funnel, because if you have crouch fly, I don't believe there's an easy way to do this, the part of the game I just did. I don't think you can like fall or something.
The good news is that we don't need it anymore because this is the boss fight.
Yeah, last map in the game. Time will be in like 3 minutes or so.
Just, be on the lookout.
Yep. This is also Wheatley's going to talk at us for like a minute, so it is a good time for some donations.
Very cool. We've got a $60 donation from Cave Johnson 111. Cave Johnson here. On behalf of Aperture Science, here is your $60 reward for agreeing to be taken apart and put back together. We would like to apologize for getting a couple of vertebrae, but we trust you'll be fine in a few months. We hope. Thanks for your contribution to science.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
Thanks, Dave.
We have a $250 donation from Ricky J. Yeah, thank you so much. They say haven't been able to donate more a few years now, so here is 5 marathons worth at once. And we have a $100 donation coming in from Toby DVD. I love Portal 2 and have played it a lot. Slowly, really slowly. So it's really fun to watch the speedrun. Thank you so much, Toby.
All right, so in a few moments here, Wheatley's going to start shooting bombs at us, which, interesting enough, the bombs actually take a really long time to kill you, longer than you might expect for bombs. But we use the bombs... Wait, where? Okay, there we go. We use the bombs to break that pipe to put conversion gel everywhere, because you can't do anything until you've done that. And now Wheatley is going to shoot 3 bombs at us. We're going to shoot one of them back at him, and we're going to keep the other 2. Let me get on this catwalk and check. Yep, there's the other 2 bombs, just...
Hanging out.
So this boss fight's pretty similar to the Portal 1 boss fight, where you have to attach cores to the main enemy in order to corrupt them. And in this case, we also want to switch Potato GLaDOS back into her normal body.
Oh, I shot that wrong. The bomb got destroyed. I can't do double. It's fine.
It's okay.
Yeah, leading on what Alex was saying, it's actually the reverse of the boss fight, because in the Portal 1 boss fight, you're taking cores off of GLaDOS, but here you're putting cores on Wheatley.
Timer destroyed. Reactor explosion uncertainty emergency preemption protocol initiated.
This fight is very scripted. There's, other than the bomb thing that I did, where you shoot the bombs at Wheatley before he shoots them, there's not a whole lot you can do to speed it up.
We can do a...
Except at the end, yes, where I will talk about that.
Yeah. We can do a couple cool visual tricks pretty soon, too.
Oh, yeah.
Core corruption at 100%.
Oh, I'm going to have to.
Manual core replacement required.
Yeah, this is kind of a long cutscene where Wheatley's being mad at us.
Are you ready to start?
If we shoot a portal just right,
Corrupted core.
we can get
What do you think?
that.
Interpreting vague answer.
Just a weird visual effect. Because we're so close to that portal, our view model comes over to this portal, and we can actually see the character and the Earth.
Extinguishing.
Wait, we're in
Okay, so right here is a shot. I'm going to do a trick that could end the game early, but I'm really bad at it, even though it's easy. I might call time soon.
Press the stalemate resolution button.
Time.
Wait for it.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
There's still one thing left.
One thing.
And because we shot it early, we glitched. And we still have control over our character.
Follow this man.
Can I get some can't even bitrate in the chat?
And you.
I mean, I don't have too many subscribers. I don't know how it's going to work.
Soon.
But yeah, this is the cutscene after the game, so we still have control. I mean, yeah, that's it, I guess.
That's Portal 2.
Portal 2 in 1 hour, 4 minutes real time. Hang on. The in-game time was 101.17, which is a pretty good run.
Isn't that like second place?
Yeah, it's like
Third.
third.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
Sub M Sushi.
well. That'll be
that. Thanks, SGDQ.
And we've got a couple donations real quick before we go to an ad. I've got a $550 donation from Anonymous. Thank you for the great work and awesome event, and for all of the runners. Good luck and Godspeed. We have a $100 donation from Dr. Lyons. Already donated $250 last round, but forgot to leave a message. We love Portal 1 and 2, and I even named one of my businesses Aperture Labs. As a fellow doctor, I'm happy to be here and support such a great organization. Thanks for bringing me here, Rebecca. And with that, we are going to go to an ad from Twitch.
Stay here, because I want to hear something. She started it. Hello, all you wonderful people. I am LLK, and you're watching Summer Games Done Quick 2019. How does that make you feel, everybody? That is not nearly loud enough. Deafen these poor people on stage, please. More cheering. There you go. Now, coming up, we have a very awesome donation incentive. Donkey Kong Country 2, all stages. We need $15,000 for that. We're currently sitting at $9,037.56. You want to see Donkey Kong Country 2, all stages. This is one of my favorite Super Nintendo games, one of the greatest Super Nintendo games of all time. You got Dave Wise's great music that you don't get to hear enough of because they're going so dang fast. But please get those donations in. We really, really need to push that incentive, so let's go, everyone.